Good evening. This is Michael Sussman joining you on HD Media Game Day for today's high school baseball action between the South Charleston Black Eagles, the home team, as we're at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex. Huntington coming in at 0-1, SC 1-0, as the Black Eagles beat Sherman 6-0 in the opener after scrimmages against Herbert Hoover as well as Winfield. And Huntington, a 0-1 loss, coming to Greenup County 10-5 in their first outing of the season. As we'll give you the starting lineups as we get going. South Charleston will start Jackson Akers on the bump today, as Huntington in the all-gray road uniforms has made the trip a little under an hour in vicinity. As it's chucked down, time to play some ball. We'll have over 20 games this year on HD Media Game Day. We gave you the high school soccer, then the basketball. That's culminating at the state tournament right now. But something about the diamond put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. As is Matt Hood, the freshman, the left fielder, will start things off. It's Matt Hood, Jackson Hatfield, Jacob Hale, 1, 2, 3 here for Huntington. As Akers will step onto the rubber, gets the all-go, and works to the dish. It's over the zone. South Charleston starts Tanner Atkins at shortstop, Jordan Terry in center field. Braxton Burke is the DH. He'll bat third, while Carter Moscow is in the field. Check swing, foul ball. Jackson Akers, who we just mentioned, clean up. Avery Grayley at first base batting fifth. Jackson Webb hits sixth. He's at third. Marcus Goad in right field batting seventh. Caden Hackman in the 8-hole behind the dish. And Brock Henson at second base. As the pitch there, upper outside corner, called for a strike two. So 2 out of the first 3 all over the zone. As Akers here up in the count. Let's see what they dial up. So let it fly. Shot back to him. He knocked it down. Akers with a bit of time, and it beats him by a step and a half. Good swing there by Matt Hood. But Akers just able to throw the leather in front of it, did enough, as that got on him quick. Nobody on, 1 down. Here's Jackson Hatfield, the senior shortstop. And working quickly. Just off the outside corner, probably 2-3 inches. You got to feel good about Akers' command so far. As he'll step unleashes, it's off the end of the bat. A dribbler, again, fielding his position, flips to first to Grayley in time. And South Charleston with 2. Really nice PFP there, all about the angle. When you're jumping off the mound, if you wait too long or if you overrun it, that can mess up the whole play. Good discipline there by Avery Grayley, just to hang tight, no reason to go after that one. As Akers retires Hatfield, Jacob Hale up, number 23, the junior third baseman. As the home plate blue will talk something over here. And we might have our first conference just 2 outs into the ball game. Be sure to download the HD Media Plus app. That's where you can get all of our content. It's kind of the key to the castle as far as we go. Not sure what they're talking about. It was a pretty clear cut out at first as Akers flipped to Grayley. Saying maybe he brought the foot off the bag. I guess that's a possibility, or it hit off the foot of the hitter. So foul ball there. New life for Jackson Hatfield. 1-1 count. Really don't have a great vantage point from the press box, as he'll go ahead and get time. Huntington without their best player, Tavion Wilson, big-time D1 football prospect. He's rehabbing an injury. It's to the plate, line drive shot left field. This will be at least one as it's scooped up, thrown in. And the base hit there, Jacob Hale. took advantage of the opportunity. Fastball there, inside corner. Just a straightforward pull.
Now batting for Huntington, number 23, Jacob Hale.
As Moscow fielded it, threw it in. Here's Jacob Hale, runner on first, and one away. He'll throw over, and safe. And Akers from the stretch. Will step and fire over the letters as the lights will start to flicker on. We've got high school softball going on across from us. The mighty Hannon Wildcats taking on South Charleston, but having some trouble, down 16-0. Hale up, Childers in the on-deck circle. The pitch fouled straight off the cage. Again, another throw over, squeaks past Grayley. Not too long as far as the fence behind first, but enough to keep him honest. Up in the count, 1-2, as the righty will let it go upstairs again. Mentioned the South Charleston softball team. They lost to George Washington 16-8 yesterday. This baseball, softball season, it's kind of fast and furious. The basketball ends. You probably have less than a week, and then you're going. That is just off. Second time he's hit that spot. And now the umpire going to put up 3-1. So I think we got the count wrong there. 3-1 pitch. And swung on and missed. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Swiped back for Jackson Hatfield. Got a really nice jump as Hackman there didn't have much of a play. Runner on second. One down. And Hale gets time. So payoff pitch. First base not occupied as the righty will work to the dish. Outside corner, they'll ring him up. Jackson Akers, first strikeout.
Now batting for Huntington, number 12, Evan Childers.
Freeze and Hale there. You saw Akers go outside twice, did not get the call, then brought it in just enough. Really hit his spot on the dot. So 2 down, chance to get out of the frame as Evan Childers will lead off. And from the hip, it's same spot, called strike. All about getting ahead, staying ahead. And Akers in the rhythm, looks on. We'll see how South Charleston manages pitching early on in the season. I'm not sure quite what the game plan is today, as they'll go to the off speed, gets Childers out in front. There's different philosophies. Some coaches say, let's play to win all year. Let's throw our starters to the max. Some try to kind of ease you in. We'll start with 2 innings, then 3. There's an argument to be made for both. From the stretch, the runner goes 0-2. It's a ball high and away. Heads up play there by Jackson Hatfield. Just kind of kept shuffling. Nobody checked him and took advantage. Tried to get time. He didn't get it. And it results in a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to close out the top of the first. No score. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by the City of South Charleston, someplace special. Kevin Davis, attorney at law, helping the people of West Virginia every day. the Wheeling University Physical Therapy Program, emphasizing a whole-person approach to the investigation of clinical issues. And by Realtor Beth Given, taking your stress away with her experience and determined approach in the business and market. Surround yourself with beautiful views at the Eagle's Nest Restaurant and Lounge. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. or try our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on Saturdays from 9 to noon. How about lunch instead? Join us for our lunch buffet on Sunday and Wednesday through Friday from noon to 2. Want a place to relax after a long week? Our lounge has happy hour every Friday night starting at 4:30. Great quality food at prices you'll love. Come to Eagle's Nest Restaurant just off Canal Turnpike in South Charleston.
And we are back at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex at South Charleston High School. This is a gorgeous facility. Got the turf football field directly behind us. Donnie Mays coming back to head up that operation. As it's been a great year here at South Charleston. Evan Childers, a right-hander, getting loose for Huntington. As he'll throw to the catcher Xavier Goodwin. As Huntington has Matt Hood in left field, Jackson Hatfield at shortstop, Jacob Hale at third, Evan Childers on the bump. Cash White is the second baseman batting fifth. Xavier Goodwin behind the dish, Cooper Mayo in right field hitting seventh, Caleb Nicely in center, and Jamie Legg rounds things out. He's the first baseman. Kind of a chilly day. I think it'll get colder as the sun goes down. Right now it's tolerable. It's a light sweatshirt weather, not too much wind. As yesterday was miserable. Some games got rained out. Some people got them in as Tanner Atkins lead off here for South Charleston. And the windup, the pitch swings towards the left center field gap. It's down as Atkins makes his turn and he'll halt. Leadoff single. Well done by Atkins there. He kept the hands back and just threw the barrel at it. So here's Terry, 1 for 4 after the game against Sherman drove one in. Nice wheels with Atkins. They'll keep him honest as he dives back safely. Terry up, Braxton Burke in the on-deck circle. He squares, Terry pulls back as it's a ball high. Threw a curveball. South Charleston threatening some small ball. One-0 count. Nobody out, runner on first. Each team one hit apiece. It's past the catcher, and Atkins will take the 90 feet, standing up into second. So there he is. If you were thinking about a sacrifice, might make even more sense here. As Terry will step back in. And Childers from the belt works to the plate. Swung on, hit high in the air, shallow center field, and it'll drop in there. Atkins slides into third safely as the dying quail gives the Black Eagles their second hit. That's one that Coach Dennison is going to be frustrated about. Just stayed in the air too long. I don't know if that's the shortstop's ball, probably the center fielder's ball. But just had some guys there jogging inward, kind of doing the me, you, me night in the Roxbury, or at the Roxbury. And then it just drops in between them. So here's Braxton Burke. Early square, pulls back, runner goes, and they'll call a strike. Well, Terry into scoring position, hit scores too. high expectations this year for Burke. He's nursing an injury at the moment. That's why he's DHing. We had him back during soccer season. He was their center defensive mid. And the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, foul ball into the fence. Be sure to download the HD Media Plus app. We're doing 20 baseball games. The next one is scheduled for Monday, Poca at Winfield. Way up 0-2. Pitch to Burke. Off the end of the bat, he stays alive. Burke drove one in the opener as they knocked off the mighty Tide. Jackson Akers here due up next, as this has the makings of what could be a big inning. Infield staying back for the Highlanders. I don't disagree with it this early in the game. And the offering is hit well right field. It'll get through. That scores one as Terry holds up at third. And South Charleston goes up 1-0. Braxton Burke's second RBI of the year.
Now batting for South Charleston, number 1, Jackson Akers.
Run scored for Tanner Atkins as South Charleston starts off the game with 3 singles. Using every part of the field. The first one towards the left center field gap. That one just a nice opposite way swing. And if they're trying to work you out, just take it that way. Here's Akers. Swing and miss, strike one. Jackson Akers' good debut, went 2 for 3 with a double. Let's see which pitch South Charleston runs on here if they do. Decent lead. And Burke strong secondary doesn't go. They back pick. Dangerous situation to do so. Nice pick over there at first. Well done by Legg. 1-0 South Charleston. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. And they'll look them back. And the delivery is popped high in the air. The shortstop Hatfield makes the call and the catch. And one away. So Akers, the first South Charleston batter retired. That'll bring up Avery Grayley. Avery Grayley hitting in the 5-hole, number 44. Childers from the stretch. Slide, step, bunt, show, got it down. And here comes Terry. He slides. He's out, says the home plate blue. It was a tight play. Thought he might have got under it. But they'll say he's out. Well done there by Childers. That's a play where you got to be decisive because that runner's coming. I think the bunt maybe was supposed to be pushed a little bit more towards first base, but still got a decent one down. So that'll help out Childers considerably as Jackson Webb will stand in here. First and second. Now 2 down, and the offering to Webb. Will run inside. Jackson Webb, the third baseman, was 1 for 3. Just the second game here. And the pitch is hit to the shortstop. Hatfield flips to second, and the side is retired. South Charleston draws first blood, 1-0 they lead it. We're back after this from the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex.
CJ is a great company. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing. We're seeing a huge growth market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJ's, and it's truly a family company.
This is Michael Sussman back with you at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex. The South Charleston Black Eagles up 1-0 early over Huntington as they started the game with 3 straight singles. Braxton Burke drove in Tanner Adkins, and then credit Huntington made some nice plays in the field. One of them a toss to the plate on a bang-bang call. As Cash White will lead things off here for Huntington. They go 5-6-7. With Cash White, Xavier Goodwin, and Cooper Mayo. Active concession stand over there. I saw some burgers on the grill. As the offerings to the plate, just off the outer black. A lot of people, they do the crock pot inside, the nachos, the pulled pork, but just bringing a legit grill, doing it the right way. Compliments to the chef as that's low. 2-0 hitters count. Cash White can box it up here looking for his pitch. And the offering. Up and in. In the first inning, it was 2 strikeouts, 1 single. As Jackson Akers will work to the plate and hits the outside corner. Ended the first with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. As Akers was working quickly there, the umpire going to hold it up. Last year, South Charleston lost to St. Albans in the sectionals, beat Capital, and then fell to the Red Dragons in the next one. 4 straight pitches leads to a leadoff walk.
Now batting for Huntington, number 4, Xavier Goodwin.
Tough playoff situation with GW as well as St. Albans. Some of that going to change next year with the reclassifications. I mean, they reclass every 5 seconds. Probably happened again just while I said that. Xavier Goodwin up with nobody out, runner on first. As Akers comes set, rifles to first, got the tag on him. Not in time. Goodwin behind the dish today, a junior. Swings hard, lifts it high and deep left field, a couple steps back. And the catch made by Carter Moscow. South Charleston's got 1.
Now batting for Huntington, number 6, Cooper Mayo.
Really well played out there. You see a lot of outfielders, especially at the high school level, that first step is too aggressive, whether it's in or back. They'll just flinch in one direction, and then you're burned. That time Moscow really tracked the ball, stayed calm. Early bunt show by Cooper Mayo. Runner takes off, throw down to second, and had a chance. He was under the tag as Cash White will swipe one. Nice pop time there from Hackman. Got GW just about 10 minutes away, taking on the Point Pleasant Big Blacks as we speak. And it's delivered, swung on and missed. As Cooper Mayo going to go down 0-2. Should be a good season for GW, led by Coach Mike Davis. Will have all their home games, as they've got Corbin Dixon back there, stud catcher, Slade Barton, a flame-throwing righty. 0-2. It's right down Broadway, taken for strike 3.
Now batting for Huntington, number 30, Caleb Nicely.
Well done there by Jackson Akers. He starts off the frame with 4 straight pitches, walks a guy, then gathers himself, gets 2 outs, that time a clinical at-bat. Here's Caleb Nicely, the center fielder. Takes strike 1. Just living on the outer half. As Hackman will flash the sign. And the pitch. Swung over top of strike 2. Two down, runner on second. No ball, 2 strike count. South Charleston leading Huntington 1-0 as we stand in the top of the second. Runner goes. Hard check swing. Waiting for the call. And he did. That'll retire the side. Jackson Akers locked in. He's got 4 strikeouts. We're back after this in the bottom of the second.
CJ is a great company. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing. We're seeing a huge growth market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly a family company.
Designed to intrigue.
We're back at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex. South Charleston up 1-0 as Huntington cut down a run at the plate back in the first, and then just found a way to get out of the jam. It could have been a lot worse as they started the game with 3 straight hits. South Charleston did. Now they find themselves at the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Marcus Goad, Caden Hackman, and Brock Henson. As Goad will step to the left side, no batting gloves. Was 0 for 2 in 3 plate appearances in the Sherman game. And the pitch. And swung on and missed. Evan Childers will work from the windup as it's off the outside. Go to the right fielder. I'll go ahead and get time. Be sure to check out the Charleston Gazette for coverage of the boys basketball state tournament. It's semifinal Friday today. As the pitch is to the plate, check swing on a curveball, and he did come around. Nice pitch there. Childers started that right where you want it, right at the bottom of the zone, and then just snapped it. Beautiful 12-6 break. 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Hit well to left field, low in the air. It'll hang up, and it's caught. Matt Hood squeezes it, 1 away.
Next up for South Charleston, number 4, Caden Hackman.
The Gazette seriously does a wonderful job covering the local sports. See Mr. Scala there all the time, Taylor Kennedy. And they're not just there for the free food at the tournament, they're there for the coverage also. Earlier today, Spring Mills beat Spring Valley 92-51 as Caden Hackman will stand in the pitch. Is popped up into the stratosphere. It's out of play. That was pretty crazy. Spring Mills had virtually a college basketball team. Kennedy, right about that. Nitro beat Shady Spring. That's a game that's going to surprise some people. And then Bridgeport over Fairmont Senior as the 0-1 off speed is upstairs. We bring the focus back to baseball. Count 1-1. One down, nobody aboard. Even count as Childers works to the South Charleston catcher. And it's hit hard in between shortstop and third base. A single first one of the year for Hackman.
Now batting for South Charleston, number 2, Brock Henson.
That's what you work at on the tee all the time, just throwing your hands, staying through the ball. It's easy to roll that one over. And good job there keeping the bat flat all the way through the strike zone. Number 6, Avon Fowler, going to pinch run. As the 9-hole man, Henson, steps to the plate, hoping to flip it back to the top of the order. And he'll foul it back. Henson, 3 plate appearances, went 0 for 2 against the Tide. And the 0-1 pitch is called for a strike. At this point, I'd say the curveball working the best for Childers. Let's see if Huntington calls more of them. Sometimes you got to pitch them backwards, as my old coach Chad Campbell used to say. Coach Campbell had a stint here at South Charleston. He was the pitching coach for a while. Baseball guys are going to coach baseball one way or the other. 0-2 is hit softly off the glove of Childers, bobbled a couple times, he'll leg it out. And Brock Henson reaches.
Next up for the Black Eagles, number 8, Tanner Adkins.
Childers was in position, maybe just got into a little bit of a rush, as we'll try to figure it out there with the official scores. A little bit of a tweener. Probably would have been a tight play, but I think the bobble probably going to make that an E1. Also, we'll clarify that in the break. As Tanner Adkins 1 for 1 gets ready to step in. As Gwen Stefani taking over currently. I'm not sure what the weight is. Huntington in a tough sectional also. Last year they lost to Spring Valley, then beat Lincoln County, played those feisty Timberwolves again and lost 10-3. We had them last year against GW, a really solid pitching staff at Spring Valley. Offering to Atkins, runs up and in. Atkins 1 for 4 on the season. Came around, scored a run. The game's only one as the Black Eagles up 1-0. And the pitch stays out of the strike zone. Looked like Childers wanted a slider, just did not get enough rotation to snap back towards the plate. Reminder, next game is Polka at Winfield on Monday. And from the belt, Childers unloads. It's over the strike zone. 1 down, a runner on second, and another on first. At the knees, called for a strike. So 3-1 count. And it's offered up at the helmet, ball 4. The bases are loaded.
Now batting press team number 11, Jordan Terry.
All but 3 South Charleston hitters have reached. As the Highlanders on the ropes here. That was the first walk given up by Childers. His command has been solid. South Charleston just doing a good job finding the holes around the field, hitting them where they ain't. Here's Jordan Terry. They'll foul it off the cage. Terry 1 for 1 with a base knock. 2 for 5 in the young season. As the sun comes down a little bit, beautiful backdrop at Brian McElwain Complex. Just a couple miles away from Little Creek Park, you got the Rock out there, the best Little League fields probably in the state, as that swung on and missed. Got the chase on the outside slider, count goes 0-2. Chasing a big punch out here is Childers. And he gets it. So 1 out away from getting out of the jam. Big time confidence there from the junior. Went right at him. So here's Braxton Burke. First time drove it to right field and brought in a run. Burke with a pair of RBIs in 2 games. Looks like the softball action has ended on the field across from us. So we're the only show in town. And gets the call just a bit off the outer black. Even Childers, I think, was a little surprised. And it's Burke up, Jackson Akers in the on-deck circle. As Burke with an opportunity to help out his pitcher. And shoots one over towards the football field. Bottom of the second, 1-0 South Charleston. 2 down with the bases loaded. As we broadcast on HD Media Game Day. Outfield straight up for Huntington, maybe playing a little bit deep in right and left. And from the stretch, Childers works to Burke. It's outside. Good pitch there, 0-2. You don't want to give him anything too good. Just low and away, cautious. As Burke stands in, that foul ball looked like he was trying to do damage. And the pitch hit to straightaway center field. And it's caught for the final out. As Caleb nicely retires the side. 1-0 South Charleston. They strand the bases loaded. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by Red Door Properties, your unequivocal go-to resource for all your real estate needs. The Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia personal injury victims since 1974. The affiliated construction trades. If you work for a living, we're working for you. And by Charleston Gazette Mail, with digital subscriptions starting as low as $9.99 for 3 months.
Are you ready to unlock a future with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building Construction Trade Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actww.org to apply today. West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
And we are back on HD Media Game Day. Thank the universe. Baseball season is back. We like the hot, sweaty gym. We like the diamond more. And we got a good one here in the opener as far as our action goes. 1-0 as South Charleston has the advantage over the Highlanders, but missed opportunities in the early going. They left men on second and third and stranded the bases loaded in the last. So Huntington just hanging on for dear life as Jamie Legg, the first baseman, going to lead things off in the top of the third.
Number 2, Jamie Legg.
It'll be Legg, then top, 9-1-2. As Matt Hood is on deck, Jackson Hatfield in the hole. Jackson Akers dialed in. He's struck out 4, walked just 1. And 1 Huntington hit so far, coming from Jackson Hatfield back in the first. Playing on the edge of the infield grass at third as the pitch is to the outer black, called strike 1. And Akers gets the sign from Hackman. Still the same spot. That's one where you kind of got to challenge the pitcher there. You can't just let him waltz his way to an 0-2 advantage. And good job there, staying alive as Legg will fend it off.
Smart toe camera, left side. You have the button cluster.
Nobody on, nobody out. 1-0 SC, the 0-2 pitch is hit high in the air, shallow left field, called for and caught drifting backwards. As Tanner Atkins made the play.
Number 9, Matt Hood.
Atkins' ball there all the way. That's the second one where he's done a good job taking charge. We could hear him from up here in the press box. That's what you want. And the freshman Hood. Huntington starts 2 freshmen nicely as well, as that's on the outside corner, called strike. Other than that, very junior heavy, couple of sophomores as well. The upside of that is that you got a good future to look forward to as the change-up gets the strike 2 swing. Just slowing down speeds. And you can tell Akers is kind of a rhythm pitcher. He doesn't want to wait around a lot. He wants to get that ball back from the catcher, get back to the rubber, let's go. As Hood that time tips it off. No balls, 2 strikes. Akers in the driver's seat. Lifts the leg, goes. Smothered in the dirt by Caden Hackman. In this situation, not as crucial with nobody on base, but you like your catcher bouncing, dropping to the knee pads. A 1-2 is down and away, second ball. Had a conversation with Ripley High head coach Shane Casto about that earlier. Just about how important the catcher is. You got to have somebody that's comfortable receiving, blocking, but at times even more importantly, communicating with the rest of the guys. As the 2-2 blown past him, strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Jackson Akers.
Batting for Huntington, number 3, Jackson Hatfield.
So Hatfield up, empty base paths, 2 away. The senior singled back in the first. And it's offered. Over the letters, ball 1. And the 1-0 delivery is down by the ankle. Some more local action. St. Albans opened up the year with a 9-3 victory over Woodrow Wilson. As it's offered, outer black, called strike. And Hurricane 4-2 beat Spring Valley. They play the Parkersburg South Patriots tonight. So the plate, it's slowing away. Park South back into the MSAC. That news broke a couple months ago. They actually met over at Little Creek Golf Course, figured out the particulars. I'm not really sure why they left in the first place. I think maybe to play in a more Ohio-based conference is The pitch is delivered, line drive shot into left. And a base knock, second of the game for Hatfield.
Now batting for Huntington, number 23, Jacob Hale.
Just a piercing shot there. Some of the wind off the baseball probably caught Jackson Webb as it streaked by him. Here's Jacob Hale, the third baseman. 2 down, 1 on. Nobody hurt if you're Akers. And he'll stride and fire. And the off speed inside for a ball 1. It's Jacob Hale, the junior, up. Evan Childers in the on-deck circle as Huntington hopes to spark a 2-out rally. The runner took off, throws to second. Short hops in there. He's safe by a mile. Second stolen base for Huntington after Cash White swiped one earlier. There you go, got the jersey dirty. Got a busy time in the sports calendar here, right in the middle of March Madness. You can watch the games, do the dual screen action as you keep up with your bracket. Also, get your action from the ballpark, as that's in the other batter's box. Of course, West Virginia not in the bracket. That took some steam out of it for me, but still watching from afar as the 1-0 hung on to. Will look the base runner back. 1-0 count. Thought about going. It's up and in. That's something that you can read the Gazette for also. All of the WVU coach departure news. They've been all over that. Little chess match here between Jackson Hatfield out at second and the pitcher Akers. Kind of the game within the game. As 3-1's the count. That's ball 4.
Now batting for Huntington, number 12, Evan Childers.
Second walk given up by Akers as Childers will stand in. Got 2 down. And third base, you can step on it here if you're Jackson Webb. So force is everywhere as that's fouled off the net. Childers, the pitcher slash DH. 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. As he'll hit here with Cash White due up next. And from the belt, 0-1. It's just off the inside corner. The South Charleston fans not thrilled. Got a good little cluster here in the first row. A lot of blankets, towels, well, just blankets being utilized. Don't see any of the space heaters. I think we got one up here in the press box. That might have to come out at some point. It's March baseball. As the 1-1 is down in the dirt. Something you got to soldier through. It's not like in South Carolina, Florida, where you can play year-round. I've always thought that they should extend the baseball season into the summer. That way you have a little more time to get games in, maybe go to about mid-July. As that's called for a strike. 1-0 South Charleston over Huntington. Runners on first and second, 2-2 count as Akers faces Evan Childers. And Childers will grab time. Huntington this year trying to make do without their star player Tavion Wilson. 2 sports standout And that's never the type of news you want to get right before the year. But all about toughness as the 2-2 pitch fouled backward. And get the field, big momentum at bat here in the ball game. South Charleston really has dominated the first 3 innings in most traditional senses, but couldn't capitalize with the bases loaded. And so Huntington here can tie the game with a base hit. We'll try the 2-2 once more. And it's left up top, so full count. On first and second, the runners will be moving. Coach Dennison imploring, make sure he goes. And the runners take off. It's low, ball 4. Huntington picking up some energy. As Cash White steps up to bat. And South Charleston here going to talk things over quickly. As we'll pause briefly on HD Media Game Day as well. It is 1-0 Black Eagles. Quick conversation there on the hill, just trying to kind of slow things down, talk over the situation. As he's walked 2 out of the last 3. Gave up the hit to Jackson Hatfield. Other than that, the righty has been tremendous. 5 strikeouts. Cash White walked, stole a base in the second. From the windup, Akers got it past him. As it's wide up, Goodwin on deck, Cooper Mayo in the hole. And fouled upward 0-2. So up 0-2. Last pitch was a fastball. Let's see what Akers goes with. If it's a strike in the dirt, you can step on the plate as that's elevated. I think this is a good time to snap off a curveball. Trying to get him to chase. As Hackman will flash the sign. The offering is down low. Great block. Had to have it. Hackman centered that up perfectly. Two count. Huntington can take the lead with a hit. And that's low. As the count is worked full. A big spot here for a youngster, just a sophomore, Cash White, the second baseman. The runners go. And he got it past him. Strike 3. Huge pitch there by Akers as he gets out of the jam. 1-0 South Charleston. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
For more than 170 years, Burke and Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond. We're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke and Herbert Bank.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty. Students with personalized experience focused on success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to reach their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning, state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect to real-world opportunities, we prepare you for challenges and triumphs of pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships. On things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way, making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest deals. And huge inventory of new and pre-owned doesn't hurt. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by the City of South Charleston, someplace special. Kevin Davis, attorney at law, helping the people of West Virginia every day. The Wheeling University Physical Therapy Program, emphasizing a whole-person approach to the investigation of clinical issues. And by Realtor Beth Given, taking your stress away with experience and determined approach to the business and market.
This is Michael Sussman back with you at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex. 1-0 South Charleston, clinging to the lead. Big strike 3 by Jackson Akers. As Huntington stranded the bases loaded in the last, he'll get to hit here, takes a pitch upstairs. That's something that both teams will be kicking themselves about as they both leave ducks on the pond. Akers popped up. First time through, he'll take a strike down the middle. Akers 2 for 4 through the first 2 contests. As they'll go 4, 5, 6 in the order, Jackson Akers, Avery Grayley, Jackson Webb. And the offering is up. Got some spring training action going on, whether it be Arizona or down in Florida. As that stays up, third ball. Cincinnati Reds lost 8-5 to the Chicago White Sox earlier. And at this point, not really worrying about finals, just trying to see how the big leaguers, the main cast, is playing. As that is taken for a second strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Full count offering. And it's past him. Second strikeout from Evan Childers.
Number 44, Avery Grayley.
Best on best right there. As he went to the smoke, here's Avery Grayley. First time through, put a push bunt down. It was that close call at the plate where they said the runner was out. 0 for 3 so far this year otherwise, as he'll swing and miss strike 1. Check that. Grayley 1 for 3 on the year, I should say. As Childers will nod. Wheels and deals. And called for a strike. Grayley up, Webb in the on-deck circle. As we go to the plate. And fouled back. Way up, 0-2. Some other spring training action. The Pittsburgh Pirates still scoreless against the Boston Red Sox. That one in the top of the 8th. 0-2 curveball hit him. Slider there, I think, slipped a little bit out of the hand. Could not get it to work back. And that'll bring up Jackson Webb, the third baseman. Huntington Webb grounded into a fielder's choice. As that is blocked well. Nice job by Xavier Goodwin. That fastball's a tough one to block. Just straight up reaction play. Been a pretty clean game so far. Neither squad has committed an error. There was the one tweener there with Childers, as that's low. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-1 count. So far, Childers has struck out 2, walked 1, hit 1. Be sure to check out HD Media Game Day, as that is swung right through. Second strike. The HD Media Plus app will give you everything you need. We're streaming 20 games. Poca at Winfield up next on Monday. Winfield currently playing the Ripley Vikings today. Two teams that know each other awfully well. And kind of a couple of more of the baseball powerhouses in the area there. I don't think I ever beat Ripley, as that is fouled off the end of the bat. Takes a lot to build a culture. South Charleston and has had some great teams through the years. I remember my final high school baseball game ended in a sectional game where a player hit a home run, forgot to step on home plate. It got appealed. A bunch of fans almost started fighting each other. It all resulted in the Black Eagles moving on. A 1-2 pitch is chased. That's strike 3. The lesson from it all is make sure you touch the plate. Don't get too excited. As that'll bring up Goad. Runner on first. As the umps here are going to get on the same page. There's 2 down. Nice frame so far from Childers as he's struck out Akers and Webb, both Jacksons. It's the Jackson 2. Goad flew out to the opposite way in the second. As he'll bat here with Caden Hackman on deck. That's up and away. Speaking of that G-Dub team I was on, got one of my former teammates, Jeremy Grayley, on the coaching staff. Former West Virginia State pitcher. Good right-hander, as that is called for a strike. Grayley played here at SC a little bit too, brother of Avery Grayley. As he got his lead off first. And the pitch is up and out. One nothing South Charleston. 2 down. A runner on first base. A pitch to the lefty Goad. Thought about pulling the trigger, takes a strike. Even 2-2. And from the belt, Childers to the plate, blew it past him. Evan Childers strikes out the side. The score stays there, 1-0 Black Eagles. We're back in the top of the 4th.
Surround yourself with beautiful views at the Eagles Nest Restaurant and Lounge. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Try our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet. Saturdays from 9 to noon. How about lunch instead? Join us for our lunch buffet on Sunday and Wednesday through Friday from 2. Want a place to relax after a long week? Our lounge happy hour Friday night starting at 4:30. Great quality food at prices you'll love. Come to Eagles Nest Restaurant just off Turnpike in Charleston.
CJ is a great company. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing. We're seeing a huge growth market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer them pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
This HD media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by Red Door Properties, your unequivocal go-to resource for all your real estate needs. The Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia personal injury victims since 1974. The affiliated construction trade. If you work for a living, we're working for you. And by Charleston Gazette Mail, with digital subscriptions starting as low as $9.99 for 3 months.
We are back to it as Xavier Goodwin will fly out to start things out in the fourth.
Now batting for Huntington, number 6, Cooper Mayo.
Nice swing there by Goodwin, pieced it up. As Jordan Terry ran it down, here's Cooper Mayo. He'll take low and away. And the pitch to Mayo, cranked high and deep out of play. As that'll end up somewhere in the football complex. Terry covered a good bit of ground on that one. As Mayo, the junior, went down looking back in the second. And the offer into the outer black, called strike. Huntington with 2 hits, both of them off the bat of Jackson Hatfield. As the 1-1 is down and in. Got Mayo up, Caleb Nicely due up next. As the junior here sets up with the hands pretty low, as that's off the plate in. Setup is just kind of a natural thing, whatever you like doing. Sometimes you see guys with that right elbow all the way up. Sometimes they just kind of rest the hands right there as it's taken for strike 3.
Now batting for Huntington, number 30, Caleb Nicely.
7 strikeouts today for Jackson Akers. For an early season appearance, looking really good. One of the strikeout victims back in the second was Nicely. As Caden Hackman will come give the right-hander a word about something. Sometimes when it gets dark, it's harder to see the signs. You see guys will use white nail polish just so you can identify the fingers. I'd imagine it's probably just something basic there to get on the same page, as that's a ball low. wheel the deal. It's hit skyward as the shortstop here, Tanner Atkins, making the call behind second base. He'll squeeze it. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning. Like clockwork from Akers, 1-0 South Charleston. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
CJ is a great company for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing. We're seeing a huge growth market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly a family company.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by Red Door Properties, your unequivocal go-to resource for all your real estate needs. The Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia personal injury victims since 1974. The affiliated construction trades. If you work for a living, we're working for you. And by the Charleston Gazette Mail, with digital subscriptions starting as low as $9.99 for 3 months.
We are back on HD Media Game Day, bringing you the first of 20 games this year on our wonderful platform. As you see a couple of the powers in class, Quad A converge. Huntington and South Charleston, they play all the time in different sports. We're here on the Diamond, Huntington, with one of the best football teams in the state. South Charleston, quality squad and hoops. Lost to Woodrow Wilson in the region co-final. Made it to states last year as Caden Hackman will stand in the pitch. And is fouled backward. Evan Childers struggled a little out of the gate, gave up 3 hits in the second inning. Gained control a little bit in the third. He struck out the side, only faced 4 batters as that is rolled over towards the dugout. Got to credit Childers for just hunkering down after it looked at the outset like it could have been a long day. And South Charleston 8-9-1 in the order. Caden Hackman, Brock Henson, and Tanner Atkins. And the pitch is a rolled over ground ball towards Hatfield on the move. He throws to first, a low throw, and his foot came off the bag as Jamie Legg is frustrated. You can see the first base coach there right away saying he was off. And now Coach Dennison out to talk things over. As Legg was definitive in protest. Unfortunately, we don't have a great angle, at least from my vantage point. You could probably see it better on the broadcast. As South Charleston has got the leadoff man on. A little bit more of a conversation. His leg did well to scoop it, but just not quite enough mustard on the throw. As Hackman runs well, it was a pretty quick play over there. So here's Brock Henson, reached on an error in the second. As we mentioned throughout the night, got March Madness going on as we speak. Got Kentucky up 35-27 at halftime over Troy. The square, it's down. In comes Childers. Throw to first, sacrifice executed. As Henson thrown out.
Now back to South Charleston, number 8, Tanner Atkins.
Wonderful job there of situational baseball. And in a tight game like this, it's kind of a playoff simulated type of deal where you got to manufacture a run. You're up by 1. You need that insurance. So we're back to the top. Tanner Atkins has reached both times, 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Healthy Hack pulled the head, strike one's by him. So yeah, Kentucky up there. Maybe their unrealistic fan base can feel better, move on to the round of 32. The 0-1 pitch, swung out and missed. Rick Lord as well as Matt Durrett, Derek Bailey did a great job throughout the year on full court press talking college hoops. As Childers is going to keep going. The umpire not giving time. He's been tough on that tonight. As it's flicked into shallow center field, down for a base hit. The runner stays at third as a good night for Tanner Atkins continues.
Now batting for the Black Eagles, number 11, Jordan Terry.
When the weight goes forward, sometimes it doesn't matter if you can keep the hands back long enough. And a case there where he was lunged all the way out, as was a slow curve. And the barrel got to it. Here's Jordan Terry. That's why baseball players are always working out their forearms. You do all these mechanics, and then really over half of the equation is just that little part of your arms. Terry 1 for 4 with an RBI in the opener, singled in the first. Runner goes. Hit hard, center field, straight away, ball caught, the runner took off. They'll throw to first as they try to double him up. The runner came in and scored. Heads up play as South Charleston goes up 2-0.
Now batting for South Charleston, number 13, Braxton Burke.
That'll bring up Braxton Burke as Terry hit the fly ball there to center field. The runner, Tanner Atkins, stole second. When the throw came in to double him up, it went out of play. So you get an extra base, you get third. And Brock Henson came around and scored. So sack fly, RBI. As Burke will swing and miss, second run driven in by Jordan Terry. Rather, it was Hackman that came around as Burke will swing through it. Brock Henson with the sacrifice bunt. You can see why those little plays come up big. And the 0-2. Called strike 3. They give it to him at the top part of the zone as Childers retires the side. 2-0 Black Eagles. We are back after this in the top of the 5th on HD Media Game Day.
Range Rover Velar, designed to intrigue.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trade Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
Jackson Akers heads back out for another inning of work as it's the top of the fifth. South Charleston up 2-0. A right-hander in position for the victory. He's given up 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 3. As Hackman will chuck it down. It's great to have baseball season back, America's pastime. I'm certain of it. The football, the basketball, it's trendy. But baseball's like Twinkies. It's going to last forever. And it never goes bad. Third time through the order, Jamie Legg will lead things off as he steps in the left side. And Hackman got to get a shin guard situated. Clear night sky here in Kanawha County as the pitch is to the plate. Look what I found. Cut. Akers. He was going to get his head taken off or record the out.
Number 9, Max Hood.
As that's a line out in the scorebook. Just a screamer. And we're back to the top with Matt Hood. And that one, without the fence, was going to take our heads off. Those plays really scary. You remember when Aroldis Chapman got hit in the eye in spring training not too long ago? Kind of hold your breath for a second. As Akers will find the grip. Hood 0 for 2, grounded out, struck out. Inside corner, believe low. It's Hood and Jackson Hatfield. And the delivery is fouled back off the fence. And some of the late games going on at the state tournament. George Washington versus Morgantown tonight. And Greater Beckley Christian Academy, Tug Valley earlier. As the 0-1 delivery will be taken on the outside corner. That was actually the 0-2 E broadcaster. And he strikes him out. Strikeout number 8. Hatfield 2 for 2. Couple of singles, stole a base in the third. As that's up. And the pitch to the senior is a shot through the left side of the infield. Jackson Hatfield around first, his third hit.
Now batting for Huntington, number 23, Jacob Hale.
As that'll bring up the junior Jacob Hale. Just a good, simple swing. Hatfield, quick hands, short to the baseball. He's got all of the Highlander hits, so let's see if he can get some help. As the deliveries to Hale, the runner was frozen. They throw to second with it. So uneventful. Good job there by Hackman. That's a play where Huntington wants you to back pick to first, and as soon as you let it go, you just take second. As he keeps him honest, runner dives back safely. .1-0 pitch, fouled off the cage. Some other March Madness scores. You got Marquette trailing 35-32 to New Mexico. Arizona up 25-16 over the Akron Zips. Former coaching spot of the great Bob Huggins. Got to talk to Coach all the time on Full Court Press last year. Squirrely moment here on the throw over, but Graley will give it back to him. Runner stays put. As Hugs, the Hall of Famer, was really a class act. Those episodes still available as the runner takes off. It has bounced in there. Stolen bag second for Hatfield. Just so much has to go right to throw out a runner at second base. The pitch has got to be a fastball in a reasonable spot. The transfer, the throw, as that's taken for a strike. And from the belt, the offering is called for a strike three. Jackson Akers with a shutout going. We're back in the bottom of the fifth.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by Red Door Properties, your unequivocal go-to resource for all your real estate needs. The Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia personal injury victims since 1974. The affiliated construction trades. If you work for a living, we're working for you. And by the Charleston Gazette Mail, with digital subscriptions starting as low as $9.99 for 3 months. This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by the City of South Charleston, someplace special. Kevin Davis, attorney at law, helping the people of West Virginia every day. The Wheeling University Physical Therapy Program, emphasizing a whole-person approach to the investigation of clinical issues. And by Realtor Beth Given, taking your stress away with her experience and determined approach in the business and market.
CJ is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJ, and it's truly just a family company.
And we are back on HD Media Game Day. Michael Sussman with you. As baseball season gets underway on our network tonight, we'll give you 20 games over the course of the season. A little Friday night action. Here's the man of the game so far. Jackson Akers will take a ball outside. Akers with a shutout going on the hill. 2 for 5 so far in the young season. He's popped up and struck out today. And the offering over top of the letters. Don't see any action up in the bullpen yet for South Charleston. As you got to keep pitch counts in mind here in the latter innings. As Childers, starter for the Highlanders, work to the plate. It's up and in, 3 straight. Huntington, on the other hand, does have some action down there on the right side. And the 3-0 is down the middle, called strike. Meat of the order here, 4, 5, 6, Jackson Akers, Avery Graley, Jackson Webb. SC with 5 hits in the ball game. 2 of them coming from Tanner Atkins. Inside corner, called strike. But have had some other quality at-bats, some sacrifice bunts, some sac flies. And the payoff. He came back, he struck him out. A fired up yell there from Childers. And Childers really has battled. He needs some run support. There's Avery Graley. Hit by a pitch in the third, laid down a bunt in the first. And the pitch down in the dirt. 1-0. Is up high. South Charleston with a road trip to Lincoln County on Monday. As the 2-0's offered, shot. And the one bounce to the second baseman, thrown to first in time. Well played there by Cash White. And Huntington's got 2. Got a busy week if you're SC, a back-to-back-to-back with Lincoln County, then Cabell Midland at Nitro on the 26th. So if you're SC, you're going to find out what you got right off the rip. As Coach will look on here to Jackson Webb. And Webb checks swing. They'll call a strike. Webb grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the second. As that pitch up high. At the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex. The 1-1 is up. As I mentioned earlier, Coach Donnie Mays coming back, returning from Hurricane to lead the football team. We interviewed him for my show, Sussman on Sports, a couple of weeks back as the 2-1 pitch is offered on the inside corner. I apologize there for getting the count wrong again. The scoreboard's kind of been a little all over the place. It's 2-2. And this is lifted to shallow right field. It drops. A bloop base knock for Webb.
Now that's number 5, Marky goes.
Second hit of the campaign for Webb. Just dropped it in there. A little 56-degree wedge. So Marcus Goad flew out to left field in the second, struck out in the third. But Coach Mays said they will bring that football program back to dominance. It will happen. He's bringing in a really experienced staff, guys that have coached at the college, high level, high school, and said that he never would have left in the first place if it wasn't for some tiffs with the previous administration. And that just over some reflection, he said, it's time to come back and build up SC. As that's a ball, sneaks past the catcher, and Jackson Webb safely into second. As the field umpire going to grab time. And South Charleston going to bring in some wheels. That's number 9, Gavin Young, on to run. Base hit scores one. As SC with a runner on second. 2 down, up 2-0. And to Goad. It's well outside. And the leg lift, the offering on the outside corner, called strike. Back to work, Childers. Off the plate away. Huntington will take on St. Albans on the road tomorrow. And it's fouled backward. Count goes 2-2. play St. Albans, who knocked off Woodrow Wilson, and then on Tuesday at Spring Valley. A full count, I should say. And the pitch is blown past him. Strike three. Childers will retire the side with a punch out. 2-0 Black Eagles. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
For more than 170 years, Burke and Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke and Herbert Bank.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
And we are back on HD Media Game Day, 2-0 South Charleston in front.
Leading off for Huntington, number 12,
Evan Childers for Huntington, hoping for some run support. As he's kept his team in the game, going to have to help himself at this spot in the lineup. As Childers 0 for 1, struck out back in the top of the first, walked in the third. Jackson Akers working on a gem. He struck out 9 and given up only 3 hits, all of them to Jackson Atfield. First pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. It's Childers, Cash White, Xavier Goodwin due up. And got him with the off speed. Filthy break. It dropped down, maybe even looked like it went in a little bit. And the 0-2. At the knees, froze him. How about it, Jackson Akers? Into double digits, 10th strikeout.
Number 1, Cash White.
And Cash White, the sophomore second baseman, has walked and struck out. And the delivery snuck it past him. The 0-1. Lifted high in the air towards Terry in center. He'll call for it. It tipped off of his glove. As White safely at first.
Now batting for Huntington, number 4, Xavier Goodwin.
Looked like a case there where maybe he thought he was camped under it and was just a foot or so too far to the right. That ball was up there in the sky. Took a few seconds to come down. There's Xavier Goodwin, the junior catcher. At the first error charged against the Black Eagles, as that's upstairs. As he squared there, the runner took off and safely into second, stolen base for Cash White. Fourth one by the Highlanders. They've been aggressive. You can sliced the deficit in half with a hit. And the pitch is low and away. As it's offered, and on the inside corner, gets the strike call. Got some more spring training scores. The Tigers up 9-1 in the middle of the ninth over the Orioles. Fouled off the chain link. San Francisco Giants beat the Guardians 5-4. And the Rockies edged out the Angels 4-3. Again, spring training baseball. Take it for what it's worth, as that is a ball four. And Caden Hackman, a catcher, will look back to the dugout. Let's see what South Charleston does as Xavier Goodwin walks.
15, Bradley Johnson.
Huntington goes to the lineup card. Number 15, Bradley Johnson, gonna pinch hit with a bright pink bat. Let's see if it's got some magic in it. Another spring training score. The Rangers and Angels tied. That's the only time you're allowed to tie. Once every pitcher throws that's supposed to, you get the guys that matter enough at-bats, they just shut it down. Everybody in the league trying to chase the Dodgers. So here you go. Coming off the bench cold, Bradley Johnson trying to make the difference, as that's upstairs ball one. And the offering, outside corner, called strike. With one down, the bunt really not a part of the equation. And from the belt, just off the outside corner. 2-1 goes the count. Cooper Mayo, the hitter scheduled, or rather Caleb Nicely, due up next, as Johnson bats for Mayo. And the pitch is hit in the air to left field, and it's caught on the move by Carter Moscow. Well read there. That is an easy one to get burned on. It's half a fly ball, halfway a line drive, and that one was dying towards the line, had kind of a dip on it. That's the second ball tonight that Moscow's handled really well. There's Caleb Nicely. As Akers will watch back the runner. 2 out of the 10 strikeouts have come against the freshman tonight, both swinging. As he's through that one. Really good looking swing there, like his approach, just got to dial it in. It's not like Nicely's missing by a lot. And the delivery is under the knee. South Charleston leads. 2 down, top of the 6th. Runners on first and second. So the freshman Nicely. Akers works, and it's strike 2. Twice in the at-bat, same pitch, same result. I don't see a reason why Akers should switch it up. And he does anyway. Curveball upstairs for a ball. Chasing the strikeout, Akers. And he's got it. Jackson Akers preserves the goose egg. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 SC.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by the City of South Charleston, someplace special. Kevin Davis, attorney at law, helping the people of West Virginia every day. The Wheeling University Physical Therapy Program, emphasizing a whole-person approach to the investigation of clinical issues. And by Realtor Beth Given, taking your stress away with her experience and determined approach in the business and market.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain States, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals and huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
And we are back at the Brian McElwain Baseball Complex as the Huntington Highlanders are going to go to the bullpen, as that'll wrap up a solid night of work from Evan Childers, as Childers strikes out 7, allows 6 hits, and Huntington gives up 2 runs. In the pitch now is the lefty, number 11, Caleb Lucas. Childers was listed as the pitcher / DH, so I believe going to stay in and hit here as Lucas. I'll switch things up. You give him a little different look. And this is winning time for South Charleston. Can you scratch another one across to provide some more insurance? You probably can win it with your glove at this point, but 3 feels a whole lot better than 2. As Caden Hackman, he's caught a good game behind the dish. Last time reached on an error and singled in the second. First pitch fastball to the inside corner. As Lucas, a southpaw, will look on. Ahead in the count, he offers. Fouled off the end of the bat. Approaching the 9 o'clock hour. Some of the action over at the Civic Center has gone final. We'll try to give you some score updates there if you're a consumer of the high school sports, which you probably are. And the pitch, chopping ground ball. Shortstop Hatfield, couple shuffles, throws to first in time.
Now batting for the Black Eagles, number 2, Brock Henson.
So Hackman retired. That'll bring up Henson. Henson, the second baseman, reached on an error in the second. Sacrifice bunt was laid down in the fourth. So Brock Henson here against the southpaw. Went 0 for 2 against Sherman. The pitch on the outside corner, caught for a strike. Big frame job there by the catcher Goodwin. Don't think he needed it. Score update, Tug Valley 71-63 beat Greater Beckley Christian. Once again, Tug Valley will be in the conversation, and I'll find out who they play tonight as Tucker County battles East Hardy. 0-1 offerings, swung on and missed, count moves 0-2. Nobody on, one out from the belt. He'll reach back, and it's outside. A little bit of an unorthodox delivery from Lucas. He hides the ball behind his head, and it's a little more vertical than your traditional motion. Gets on you quick. And swung on and missed, third strike. And that's the thing about different pitchers. It's not always the straight up miles per hour number on the gun. A lot of time it's just how long you can see that white pearl. As it disappeared, Tanner Atkins up with 2 down. Top of the order here, he's 2 for 2. And the pitch all over it, called strike. Atkins singled and scored in the first, walked in the second, and got another base knock in the fourth. 0-1. Ground ball off the glove of Lucas. He's scrambling. Atkins to first there in time. And a man on for the Black Eagles.
Number 11, Jordan Terry.
Another good short swing through the baseball. As Lucas did the best he could, but just a lot of smoke on it. Here's Jordan Terry. Last time up, Terry drove in a run with a sacrifice fly to center. And the pitch on the outer black, called strike. Terry, the center fielder, got a base knock in his first at-bat. As Lucas will slide step. That's fouled off the chain link. And again, those state tournament games, you can hear all about them, or rather read from Taylor Kennedy, his articles in the Charleston Gazette. Once your dog barks at the mailman, you go outside, you pick it up. We got you covered. Now that in 2. Sharp ground ball, second base, misplayed. As Atkins will head for third, long throw across the diamond. And Terry wisely takes second base. As they'll reach on the E.
Number 13, Braxton Bird.
That's one that a young player there, a sophomore, you want to charge it. The longer that you stay back, the more you allow tough hops to eat you up. And I think that's just a case of waiting too long. Got to come get it. Here's Braxton Burke with 2 down, runners on second and third. Swung on and missed. And if you're Lucas here, just got to keep doing what you're doing. As 2 errors have plagued this frame. Chopped ground ball. Cash White backhand throws to first. And not in time. That scores Atkins. Here comes Terry. And he's in. An RBI base hit from Braxton Burke. And Terry off the bad throw. They'll make it 4-0 South Charleston. Here's Jackson Akers. And again, I haven't seen any action in the bullpen. Akers struck out twice, popped up. As that's high, talking about the South Charleston bullpen. Akers with a complete game going. A shutout, will they let him do the complete game? And And Lucas thought about throwing over, hung on to it. And once you step, you got to throw. That's a balk. All the subtleties of the pitching rules. Sometimes the smallest hesitation can get you. As Burke's in scoring position. Here's a screamer, right center field gap. This will be extra bases. Here comes Burke, headed for second. Jackson Akers going 3, the relay. He's under the tag. RBI triple. And Coach Dennison will call time. He's frustrated with his guys at the moment. And actually the field umpire, I think the blue probably got that one right. The throw beat him, but he got around the tag. He just did everything but put it on him. But you understand the frustration as SC goes up 5-0 on just a gorgeous piece of hitting. You get that right middle pitch, and you just pound it towards the gap. That's that swing you work on where you're going to the right center part of the cage. And if you took that swing frame by frame, you can see the hands all the way through it. Here's Avery Grayley. Watch over the letters. Three runs coming here in the bottom of the sixth, all with 2 outs. And the 1-0 to Grayley down the dirt. Grayley bunted in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and a ground ball to second last time. And the offering is high. Run number 6 standing 90 feet away. Second extra bagger for Akers. He doubled in the opener. And that is high. 4 in a row. Grayley walks. And now Huntington going to talk some stuff over. As that'll do it for Lucas. Caleb Lucas pitched better than the scoreboard would indicate. As 2 errors after 2 strikeouts plagued him. And Chris Midkiff is in. He'll warm up on the mound as we're on HD Media Game Day. And we'll go ahead and head to a quick break. The Highlanders changing arms.
This HD Media production of South Charleston Baseball is brought to you by Red Door Properties, your unequivocal go-to resource for all your real estate needs. The Masters Law Firm, helping West Virginia personal injury victims since 1974. The affiliated construction trades. If you work for a living, we're working for you. And by the Charleston Gazette Mail, with digital subscriptions starting as low as $9.99 for 3 months. Surround yourself with beautiful views at the Eagles Nest Restaurant and Lounge. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Try our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on Saturdays from 9 to noon. How about lunch instead? Join us for our lunch buffet on Sunday and Wednesday through Friday from noon to 2. Want a place to relax after a long week? Our lounge has happy hour every Friday night starting at 4:30. Great quality food at prices you'll love. Come to Eagles Nest Restaurant just off the Turnpike in South Charleston.
And we are back on HD Media Game Day, 5-0. South Charleston up on the Huntington Highlanders. Into pitches, Chris Midkiff. A strong night at the plate, 9 hits for the Black Eagles. They've had good plate discipline, walked 3 times, hit by a pitch as well. As As Jackson Webb will stand in, he grounded into a fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the third, singled in the fifth. Trying to drive in Jackson Akers. As that'll run up and in. Huntington will have 9-1-2 due up in the next. As that's blocked well. Nice job by Xavier Goodwin dropping down. Webb with 2 hits in the early part of the season, was 1 for 3 against Sherman. It's offered. Hit well, line drive, shallow right center field. Here comes Akers. 6-0. RBI single from Jackson Webb. And the 10th hit of the night for South Charleston.
Number 5, Marky Gold.
And Marky Gold will stand in. As SC continuing to take advantage of the opposite way. This is a really big field. There's tons of green grass in the gaps. And that's been utilized as a mid-kiff will rock and fire. And called for a strike. Different look. You had the long lefty before. This is more of the straight over the top, the flatter fastball. And the 0-1. Ground ball shortstop. Jackson Hatfield ranges over, throws to second in time. And South Charleston, with 3 more outs required, will take a 6-run lead into the top of the 7th. We're back after this on HD Media Game Day.
Range Rover Velar, designed to intrigue.
CJ is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJ Hughes, and it's truly just a family company.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends, one deal at a time.
And we're back on HD Media Game Day. South Charleston looking to close out the win in the top of the 7th as Jamie Legg is up to bat for Huntington. That is hit towards foul territory. It was in by about 2 feet. So that's a fair ball leadoff double for Jamie Legg. As that just barely dropped in.
Number 9, Matt Hood.
It was up in the air for about 45 minutes and just right of the chalk. And a good piece of base running there by Legg. If you hit anything in the air, you just take a hard turnaround first. You don't hesitate. As Hood's up to bat, it's smothered down, ball 1. Hood 0 for 3, grounded out in the first, struck out in the third and the 5th. Over the helmet ball. Top of the order here, Hood, then Hatfield. Jacob Hale after that. And it's a ball, 2-0 goes the count. Remember on Monday we got Polka at Winfield. A Putnam County showdown. So the outside corner, it's a ball. As Hood going to walk. At Winfield a lot during soccer. Their girls team was particularly impressive. A mound visit that could do it for Akers. And it will as he'll exit to an ovation. 11 strikeouts for Jackson Akers. As he'll turn it over to the staff. You're watching high school baseball on HD Media Game Day.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain States, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning and state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends, one deal at a time.
For more than 170 years, Burke and Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke and Herbert Bank.
And we are back on HD Media Game Day. It's Avery Grayley in relief, trying to finish off and get these last 3 outs. As SC hoping to go to 2-0. It's Jackson Hatfield. He'll face 2-3-4. And Hatfield has had the hot hand, 3 for 3 with 3 singles. From the stretch, Grayley. It's a foul ball. As we mentioned earlier, brother of Jeremy Grayley, former West Virginia State pitcher. He's over there with the coaching staff. 4-man crew over there for SC, led by Shane Saunders. The competitiveness tonight of Jackson Akers has really been enjoyable. He worked quickly. It was around the strike zone. As that is fouled downward. Did have the 5 walks, but made up for it with 11 Ks. Still a +6 ratio. Gave up just 4 hits, 3 of them to this guy. Got to make sure to take care of the arm. It's early in the season. Tomorrow, I'm sure he'll be running poles. Not throwing very much, if at all. Doing some band work. Pitching's kind of its own language. One that I do not understand. As that's up for a ball. Shaded a couple steps over in center field. Big right center gap. As that's blocked in the dirt. And he'll throw to third. The runner went in there safely. Is Jamie Legg.
Hey, we're all right. We're all right.
Count evened up at 2-2. As Huntington searching for the first win of the season before a trip to St. Albans tomorrow. Still cold tonight, not a lot of wind. And the Blue going to call time. Runner on third. And the pitch was all over the plate. That certainly appeared to be a strike, as that was a little under the numbers. Definitely was not north-south, or was not errant as far as the east-west of it goes. As this is swung on, lifted into the air. And it's called for by Adkins. Catch made. And South Charleston with one down. Well done by Grayley. You can't control the umpires. You got to keep the body language positive. You didn't see him throw his arms up or anything. Just went right back to work. That's one thing Blues hate, is when you start shrugging. Is Jacob Hale going to swing first pitch? This is tattooed towards Terry, who's moved to left field, and he'll make the grab. Runner tags and scores. The Black Eagles will take that trade all day. As leg is in, it's an RBI for Hale.
Now batting for Huntington, number 12, Evan Childers.
Here's Evan Childers, designated hitter, starting pitcher. 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, swinging and looking. As Matt Hood with his lead over at first. And that'll tip off the glove of the catcher. Hood scoots up to second. South Charleston with the run in the first, tacked on another one in the fourth, and then a 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th to position Grayley. Won't get the call. That's lown away. 2-0 hitters count. As Childers waits, he'll swing through it. 2-1 count. Grayley bounces it. And goes back to the backstop. As Hood's to third. Another March Madness update. You got Duke up 24-10 over Lehigh. 5:12 left, second half. And the pitch is outside corner. Called for a second strike. And down to their last strike here is Grayley. Will work from the stretch. Reaches back, unloads. And Childers staying alive. So Grayley right to the heat there. Childers just missed it. That's that straight back tip that usually means the barrel was right there. And Grayley freezes him. And that'll do it. This one belongs to the Black Eagles. 6-1, they take it over the Huntington Highlanders and improve to 2-0 in this young season, as Huntington will drop to 0-2. Big thank you to the staff here at HD Media Game Day for braving the cold and helping us bring you the action. As this has been Michael Sussman, I'll go ahead and sign off. Remember to download HD Media Plus, and we'll be back with you on Monday as Polka heads to Winfield.